Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AI Minute Mondays, where I take a couple of minutes each Monday to demystify AI for everyone. In today's world, there's a lot of hype around AI. And in a recent survey, around 62% of CEOs said that AI is critical to their business. But behind the hype, there is a harsh truth that around 80% of AI projects fail. Not because the models aren't smart enough, but because the strategy isn't. Today, in AI Minutes, we're going to unpack a little bit about what are the real reasons why these AI initiatives and projects break down. But failure isn't inevitable. We're also going to unpack some of the key steps to take to avoid these pitfalls. Joining me in AI Minutes today is Mahesh Prabhu, who's the COO at News Infosystems. Mahesh, can you share a little bit about your journey?
My own AI journey began around 2015, 2016, when concepts like computer vision, natural language processing, text to speech, entity extraction, sentiment analysis, predictive modeling, all these were becoming more accessible and real. And the questions driving me back then were quite fundamental. Like, if humans can recognize a defect in a product just by looking at it, why can't the machines do it? Why should we always rely on coded commands to interact with machines? Why can't they understand our natural everyday language? And also at that time, chatbots were fairly robotic, really nothing more than predefined conversational flows. But fast forward to today, and we are in a completely different world with large language models, generative AI, and agentic AI. So personally, I'm very excited about how AI is reshaping pretty much everything that we do. Many people ask whether AI will take away our jobs. Good question. But I believe AI will amplify human intelligence. It will not replace it. That's why I like to say the future is not artificial intelligence, it is amplified intelligence. So AI working with humans to amplify what's possible.
Thank you, Mahesh. I think that's a very good quote. AI is not artificial intelligence, but it's amplified intelligence. So, thank you for sharing a little bit about your background. Now, let's talk more about the topic about AI initiatives. In your experience, what have you seen as some of the major reasons why these projects fail?
Yeah, from what I've seen, many AI initiatives stumble not because of technology itself, but because of how they are framed and executed. And then there are many reasons, right? But let me just talk about maybe the top five. The number one reason is starting with AI as a solution and then trying to search for a problem. And this we see because of maybe the top management mandate, and people want to show that, okay, they're doing something in AI. So this almost always misfires. Second, unavailability of data or bad quality of data. So without good data, even the smartest models don't work well. Um, the third one is lack of stakeholder involvement. So too often we've seen that it's a top management push or a IT push, but the people in between are left out. And they are the real stakeholders who have to implement. So that is third reason. Fourth is having unrealistic expectations of AI. So people believe that AI can do anything and everything, and when reality hits, people get disappointed. And lastly, the accuracy problem. So we know that AI solutions are fairly accurate, but they're not 100% accurate. And uh, let's take an example. If you're building an AI system and you have three AI agents, and each one is giving a 90% accuracy, when you combine all this together and create a solution, you don't get 90% accuracy. That's because it's 90% into 90% into 90%. So which is about 73%. So AI alone is not perfect. So success comes from combining AI with the rules-based systems and also keeping human in the loop. So really the failures are less about technology and more about alignment, data, people, and the right expectations.
Thank you, Mahesh, for explaining that so well. So, we've talked through some of the critical reasons why all of these AI projects fail. But now that we've looked at some of the reasons why these projects fail, can you elaborate a little bit more about these traps and how can we avoid them and how can we ensure better success rate of our AI projects?
Yeah, while the failures are common, there are clear ways to improve the odds of success. So, start with the right problem. AI is very powerful, but it's not the answer to everything. I call it the fit for purpose AI. So, you don't want to use AI agent to multiply two numbers, right? I mean, you have a simple rule-based program for that. An AI agent can do that job, but it's really not the right solution. Second, blend the approaches. Don't rely on AI alone. Combine it with rule-based systems. Keep a human in the loop. Third, get the data right. Having the right data sets and enough quality data is very critical for training the models that actually work. Uh, Fourth, take an iterative approach. Don't be fixated on one solution. I mean, you will think when you start a solution, you think that is the right solution, but that's not always the case. AI solutions rarely succeed in the first attempt or the first with the first approach. So be ready to refine and adjust multiple times until you find the right solution. And lastly, involve stakeholders. Success depends on the organizational change management, transparent communication, and engagement across business users, IT, and leadership. So, in short, I think AI projects succeed when they are grounded in real problems, built on good data, and shaped with people at the center. So, like I said, the future is not artificial intelligence, it is amplified intelligence.
Thank you, Mahesh. That was beautifully put. So to summarize, what you've highlighted all of the main reasons why AI projects fail and some of the key steps to take to avoid them. So the classic one being trying to chase tech over actually solving problems. So always remember to have your problems first, identify what it is that you want to solve, and then see whether AI is the right fit or not. There are certain use cases where AI is going to be a great fit, but there are certain other use cases where AI is not going to be an ideal fit. And like you mentioned, always check the accuracy of your overall output. How does it impact? Like, are you getting the right level of accuracy? Do you need a high level of accuracy for those particular problems? And where's your data? To make sure that your data is right, make sure that you're able to train, fine tune the models effectively, and also keep all of the stakeholders in the loop, right? So thank you for outlining some of those key aspects of making sure that your AI initiatives succeed. And we hope our viewers can take this away and make sure that when they are implementing their AI projects, they can go ahead and keep these key aspects in mind. So thank you, Mahesh, once again for joining us on AI Minutes today.
Yeah, thank you, Suchi, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.